It's May 22nd, 2026. A new update releases with 3 major changes. Urn now must be dropped off at the side lanes. Comeback Urn now gives 35% bullet and spear resist, and spawn locations have been reverted. Most players took one look at these changes and hated them. The complaints started almost immediately, but pubs have only revealed the tip of the iceberg. It would take one match for players to realize just how exploitable the new Urn system really was. 6 days later, melee creeps and floorman make it to finals for Deadlock Night Shift 40. The laning phase begins, but just 1 minute into the game, dude disconnects and melee creeps immediately cause for a pause. During the downtime, Average notices something unusual. Every single player on melee creeps has purchased a golden goose egg as a first item.
Oh my!
Oh.
What? That is excellent play, and I have no. Yep, I did it.
For those unfamiliar, the golden goose egg is an 800 soul spirit item that steadily gains value the longer you hold on to it, at the cost of reducing your damage by 10%. Once the egg hatches, it grants permanent buffs for every 80 souls stored inside, and this egg is vital to melee creep strategy. 5 minutes in, the commentators turn to chat for answers of why 6 eggs.
By the way, chat is saying the eggs are in an attempt to get the comeback urn.
I can't imagine the plan is like get the egg and then feed to comeback urn. Like that wouldn't make too much sense. I think in general.
The match continues. Melee creep gets in position to steal floorman's centers. Ido and Fishcake start contesting doubles, and Xeno Doorman ults Ido instantly. Ido and Fishcake attempt to leave from the roof access. Ido is immediately shoulder charged and killed while Fishcake attempts to 2v1. Fishcake gets parried, where Rocker on Abrams jumps off leaving Billy 1 HP. Fishcake immediately jumps down to Floorman where they put him out of his misery, leaving the commentator stunned.
Different team, cautious. Different team, same level. Ido focus into the parry. Wait, no, you gotta finish your play. Wait. Fishcake.
Fishcake. He's like, what?
But what they had just witnessed was only the beginning, because those deaths would kick off what I like to call the Great Feed-Off. Kicking us off is Ranger on Ivy, who ignores the Yamato and starts punching Guardian. Followed by Average running past Floorman's camps to Walker to start a fight with John John. Then League playing McGinnis ignores Billy and proceeds to be Walker stomped to spawn. Fishcake, forced by McGinnis to be in the cuck chair, decides to 180 to get some cheek beam from the local Guardian. At the same time, Ido starts burger boxing Guardian. Ido, now off respawn, immediately goes to mid to continue his Guardian fisting activities, resulting in a soul count of 39 to 44k in Floorman's favor.
Which is why League just went into... Wait, is this back and forth tactical feed? What in God's name is going on?
Tactical feeding. No. I've seen it all. I've seen it all, ZP. Look, it's working. We've got their data.
Urn spawns as a neutral where Floorman pick up and capture Urn, resulting in a 7k soul deficit for melee creeps. Melee creeps, now in position to have a 15-minute comeback Urn, need to maintain over 10% soul difference for 4 minutes. Minute 11. Fishcake and Saya died to DMV on Viper. Minute 13. Fishcake again dies to DMB, and Ranger gets ganked to mid. Minute 14. Melee creep loses right Walker and Ido dies to DMB. And finally, minute 15. John John kills DMB and melee creeps pick up comeback Urn. Melee creeps immediately pops all 6 golden goose eggs, giving them double the amount of golden statue buffs as Floorman.
Here we go.
Oh, that's what happens when you pop 6 eggs.
There you go, yeah. Man, I mean, oh yeah, of course, Average also had an egg. That's why he's up there.
Melee creeps plan is finally in full effect. Despite spending the entire early game throwing themselves into Guardians, Walkers, and anything else capable of killing them, they're only 9k souls behind and have comeback Urn giving them 35% bullet and spirit resistance. But that's not all. As the game continues, the commentators start piecing something together, a question nobody had really considered before. What happens if they don't turn in their Urn? What happens if they just keep it forever?
Dan, I just had a horrific thought.
Okay, tell me. Give it to me.
Urn doesn't reset if it's being held.
Okay.
What if
35% resistance and base the entire game?
Oh no.
Yes. What if the strategy here is just to use the urn as a permanent buff for the rest of the game? I actually think if you keep it held through 20 minutes, I don't think its status as a comeback urn changes. Like, you can use this as a resistance ward the entire game if you wanted to.
Melee Creep's plan is simple. Fight near urn for buffs, take mid boss, and win. Now the only downside of this strategy is every 5 minutes, you must be holding onto the comeback urn, and when urn starts giving tick damage, you have to drop it and pick it back up from its spawn. Melee Creeps, with comeback urn secured, immediately turns their attention to mid boss, where floormen don't contest and give mid for free. Afterwards, Melee Creep returns to their walker, and just before the 20-minute mark, Saya drops the urn and picks it back up, keeping urn in a perpetual comeback state. Now armed with mid boss and 35% bullet and spear resist, Melee Creeps marches down mid and the walker falls. As the pressure mounts, the commentators begin discussing the obvious question. How do you even counter this?
I mean, if you're floormen, I feel like, okay, you get like a shadow weave or something in here, and someone needs to like roll up and knock the urn loose right before the reset. If the urn is on the ground right at 24:59, the urn will reset and the comeback urn will be over.
And while the caster searcher answers, Melee Creeps continue dismantling the map, claiming the left side walker next. And at 24 minutes and 34 seconds, Xeno pauses the game. Almost immediately after, we met with some interesting game chat.
That might be the worst possible thing you could have done.
By the way, Ranger, I was telling our team to do this. All right,
That's already
so
on it. There you go.
Xeno thought of it as well.
Harris disconnects due to internet issues. He eventually reconnects, but after several minutes of delay, the game resumes only briefly before another pause follows. This time, Harris leaves the game entirely due to connection problems. And with the match no longer playable and not wanting to deal with the comeback urn, Floorman elects to forfeit, leaving Melee Creeps 1-0.
All right, so ZP, you just broke it down for us in the chat. Melee Creeps understandably wanted to get this out in the open before a big $12,000 tournament this weekend. On the other side, Foremen have said we have seen enough Deadlock and Earnlock for the night. So we're putting tonight's grand finals on a official PauseLock. It's done. Melee Creeps are your unofficial episode 40 champion.
And with 6 eggs and some changes earned, Melee Creeps are your Deadlock Night Shift 40 champions. And after watching this live, I'm just stuck here thinking, was Melee Creeps in the right for doing this? Or was it something that should have never existed in the first place? Would this strategy have become the new meta if it wasn't changed? And most importantly, should we nerf Bebop? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm genuinely curious where everyone stands in this because this might be one of the most strangest things I've seen in Deadlock so far. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, hype the video for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you guys next time.